Hello, it's Gayle Palmer here, the Osteopath and Clinic Director at the Living Elements Clinic in Siddlesham near Chichester. Today I wanted to tell you about one of my favourite supplements that I give some of my patients and I have done for over 30 years now. And it is Lamberts Professional Glucosamine and Chondroitin supplements. And one of the things I wanted to tell you was they have slightly changed the formulation recently. And I wanted to tell you about that because it's really cool. And I think it's a huge improvement on where we were. So what is glucosamine and chondroitin used for, first of all, because that's a useful starting point. So glucosamine and chondroitin are the building blocks for bones and joints. Okay, the chondroitin in particular is for the cartilage which oversails the bones where the joints meet, and it acts as a lubricant, well, as a rubbing plate really, so that you do not destroy the bones underlying that, because the bone matrix is quite delicate, in fact. Powerful in some ways, delicate in others. And so it helps to ensure that you have the right nutrients going in to that bone and cartilage matrix to reduce the speed of degradation, which leads to inflammation and then leads to pain, which obviously we aren't keen on. It's particularly important for hip joints and knee joints because they're the big weight-bearing joints, but to be honest, all joints, whether it's in the fingers, spine, wherever. So for years and years, Lamberts have been my go-to supplement producer because they are really good at producing high quality supplements, and they go to real lengths to make sure that they're clean and good for you. And they're good value for money. Now, they have previously got their glucosamine from shellfish. And this has been a potential issue for those who are A, allergic to shellfish, or B, have moral and ethical grounds where they don't want to use shellfish. I can't say that today. So they've been using shells of shellfish, shrimps, lobster shells, crayfish shells. But in order to process it, the shells have to use vast quantities of water. I mean, really big quantities of water. And produce a lot of solid waste as a result, which then still needs to get manufactured, broken down and disposed of. And in fact, per tonne of glucosamine that is produced, they produce 71 tonnes of carbon dioxide as a waste product. As I say, as well as a whole load of water waste, etc., which is staggering. So they have been on a mission to try and find a solution to obtaining the glucosamine and the chondroitin from non-shellfish derivatives. And they have found the solution, which is awesome. They have been able to abstract it from non-GMO corn. It goes through a whole glucosation process, which is a patented fermented formula process, and then gets turned into the glucosamine, which is in effect exactly the same as would have come from using shellfish. So what else was I going to say? Yes. Compared to producing the water that they now need to, they have reduced the water wastage by 99.6%, which is amazing, and the solid wastage by 98%. Plus bringing down that huge carbon dioxide carbon emission figure, which is extraordinary as well. The good news is They are no longer using the cartilage supplements, which they primarily got from shark cartilage, which, we have a drastically reduced population of sharks worldwide, and overfishing, bycatch products, etc., are just decimating the populations, and we need to do as much as we possibly can to not have that situation continue. So finding a substitute which is vegetable based is fantastic. So the phytodroitin, sorry, the phytodroitin is the plant-based substitute for chondroitin, and the glucosamine comes from a plant-based source as well. So it is now vegan. Hooray! And reduces massive amounts of the waste products, as I said, too. So it is all good for us as consumers, and it's much, much more bioavailable and useful for us, because it's made out of these rich mucopolysaccharide groups that are made up out of effectively algal extracts. So it's all good, and I just wanted to let you know, because I use this quite a lot with my patients, because I really want you to not have ongoing issues later on, or at least offset the time when they become more apparent. So if you need to get your glucosamine and phytochondroitin from someone, then come and get them from the Living Elements Clinic, and if need be, I can also post them out to you. All right, take care for now. livingelements.co.uk, where your health is my priority.